So as many of you probably know by now, Doomsday and Secret Wars each got pushed back from May to December of their respective years. But with that, Marvel canceled 3 untitled projects on their slate. One that would come out before Doomsday, one that would come out between the two, and one that would come out after. Now, yes, these were removed from their slate, but that doesn't mean these projects are flat out canceled. They could still be making them, but also move them. So here are my speculations as to what these films could be. So first, the one that's coming out before Doomsday, which is one that they should actually really start filming pretty soon. Especially if they're shooting for February of next year, it'd be a stretch, but if they were to hypothetically release a movie, then I think the most logical thing for them to do would be Shang-Chi 2. Now, Shang-Chi is going to be in Doomsday, but it will be 5 years between his original movie and Doomsday. And his movie had a big post-credit scene cliffhanger. He was actually one of the more well-received new characters post-Endgame, and I feel like it just makes sense to give him another movie before we throw him into Avengers movie. We could see what he was doing with Carol and Bruce, possibly connected to Doomsday a bit, and just spend some more time with the character before we're in a big event movie with like 40 different characters. It'd be nice. Now for the movie in between Doomsday and Secret Wars. I think by far the most logical example for this is Doctor Strange 3. Now, based off interviews with Benedict Cumberbatch, we could be pretty confident Doctor Strange won't be in Doomsday, but I'm sure he could be in Secret Wars, and he could play a similar role to Ant-Man and Captain Marvel in Infinity War and Endgame, where they're not in the first one, but then they get a movie in between the two, figure out what they're doing and how they could connect to the second one, which they are then, of course, in. He could be like that. You know, we figure out what's going on with Clea and the incursions that are caused, because, of course, Secret Wars is caused by just a bunch of incursions. So it would be really fun to see him and Clea going around dealing with incursions in different universes and recruiting fun multiverse cameos that could be his own team during Secret Wars. Lastly, you have the movie that comes out after Secret Wars. This is going to be kind of how Far From Home was an epilogue to Endgame. It'll be some sort of epilogue movie. It's a lot harder to predict what it will be without seeing Doomsday and Secret Wars, but it could be anyone. I think maybe a Fantastic Four movie, like a sequel to their film, could make sense. I've seen some people speculate Black Panther, although I think they should give Ryan Coogler a bit more time to cook on that one like he did with Sinners, but I could also see Captain America there. And if you watched my last video, I did predict that Thor's gonna die in Doomsday or Secret Wars, but if he survives, I think a Thor 5 is the most likely thing for this slot. And even if he does die, it's not entirely possible that we don't at a Thor 5 set entirely in Valhalla, but I think that would ruin whatever ending he gets. I think I'd rather just get one scene at the end of Secret Wars where he reunites with Jane and Heimdall. But those are just my thoughts. Let me know yours in the comments. What films do you think are going to fill up these slots? And don't forget to follow.